Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome to the new year. This is 2023, and is it just a good time to be alive? So good, in fact, that I want to take a look at something that's been bothering me for a while, actually. So, for those who don't know, I'm Canadian, and I have been all my life, obviously. And I've always been proud of the country I live in. I've always been very patriotic about the country, about Canada, where we are in the world, our relationship to everyone else, all that sort of stuff. But recently, there's been a lot going on, and I'm not just talking like just a couple months. It's been going on for a very long time, and I didn't even realize it at first. It's been a problem. Just like stuff like I don't know. I'm just not even just news, I guess. I don't know. I'm just so ultimately, I think my country might be a little broken, which is a damn shame. All right, so let me focus my thoughts a little bit. So, COVID hit everyone pretty hard. I'm just gonna be real about that. 2020 impacted the entire world, and there was no going back to what we once were. There is no returning to the world that we left. But that doesn't mean that things needed to stay bad. Medically, things have been improving for the most part. It's safer to go out. It's nicer to talk to. There's no lockdowns as much anymore. But that wasn't just it. That wasn't the start. Sorry. That wasn't all that would happen. That was only the start. Fast forward to about a year later, maybe 10 months later, to January 2021. And something that was talked about but no one took seriously was the Ottawa protests. And I actually put up a video around that time saying, it was 41 seconds or whatever, saying, I'm not going to talk about what's going on in the world, but I feel the need to. Because I feel sad for my country. But the Ottawa protests, the people who were getting progressively more and more, aggressive. And it hasn't changed since then. It was a very big wake-up call for me because I was always of the opinion, always growing up, that, the United States, the big monster to the south of us, they were this grand country that we were just living in the shadow of, and we need to be better than them. And and then I did research and here's all the reasons we're better than them, and blah 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 blah. But recently, in the last couple of years, and not so much before 2018, I don't think, not very publicly anyway. There's been a lot more stories about people doing things that have traditionally been associated with the United States. Things like gun violence or border problems or racism, or not good stuff that we're associating with the United States. And don't get me wrong, those things did exist here to begin with, especially the racism, which I'm white and will not go into because I do not have the right to put my foot into that discussion. But we do have problems up here, and we always have. But I think it's been getting worse as time has gone on. The country that I love has become broken in ways that I couldn't have predicted, in ways that I didn't realize were happening until the Ottawa protests. And then after that, as time went on and that didn't go away, and they were talking about how, everything, all the hyperbole, Justin Trudeau is the worst prime minister in Canadian history, and everyone hates him. It's a liberal plot against. It doesn't matter. None of the actual reasons why it's happening matter. Just the fact that it is happening. And it's such a beautiful location. Such wonderful people. We are a collage of everything good in the world. Or should be. And we're just not. And I don't know. I'm just depressed thinking about it personally. But I wanted to get my feelings out. Because what we used to stand for was being together, being grouped as a collective. We were Canada. We were Canadians. Whether your backstory or whether your origin, I'm using comic book terms, whether your background was white, you were from the Ukrainian crisis, whether you were native originally from here and your land was taken, all of these things are what make us us. And I've been so discouraged from talking about this because it's too political. I don't want to put politics on my channel. I just want it to be about games and fun, but I'm so sick of hearing about all of the problems that are going on, about much how radical some of the right-leaning parties have gotten. And even some conservatives are talking about how it isn't the way it used to be. Like, I have a friend who didn't vote for Justin Trudeau, who is the Liberal candidate, if you didn't know. He voted for whoever the other guy was, I don't remember, in 2015. And we still have a great relationship. We're still good friends. We just differ politically. And that's fine. That should be acceptable. That should be fine. And he is so very concerned about the way things are going with his party that he likes, that he grew up in and agrees with and feels represents him. And things are breaking and we are dividing ourselves on lines that don't exist. And it's just mind-boggling that we can be like this. I miss growing up in the 90s, because I'm 30, I'm old. I miss growing up and going to the corner store and just buying something for 25 cents, just a piece of candy, and hearing, my mom and all the adults talk about everything that was, they had complaints, of course, but they're just like, well, things are all right, things are good, whatever. And now that I'm at that age, I'm genuinely the age that they were when they were complaining about that stuff when I was young growing up. I can't fathom why things are so bad. Why not the world, but the people in it are so disgusting to me. Why is everyone so angry about everything? Why is distrust in anything the norm now? Why can't life just be like how it was? In my idealized child mentality, that the only problem was that, someone was mean to me because they didn't like my ice cream or fucking whatever. I don't know why things are the way they are, and I wish they weren't. I really do. Now, obviously, everything isn't gloom and doom. There are good things in the world, but I don't know. I wish Canada was as good as everyone believed it was. I really do. But I've gone on for 8.5 minutes, and I've not improved my mood any. I just wanted to talk about it. I just wanted to remind myself why I do things, Every year, around the beginning of the year, some new terrible bullshit has gone on. First it was the medical pandemic, and then it was the political protests, and then it was the hyperinflation that's happening. And it isn't even that bad here, but it's so bad here. I can barely buy groceries anymore, but it's a new year and things are looking up, hopefully. I have no basis for that, but it's a new year and I want things to not get worse like they've been every year, like clockwork, for the last 3. And I'm hoping attempt number 4 is not as bad as the rest. But that's fine. I'm supposed to be positive to encourage people who are struggling themselves. I just can't bring myself to do it right now, and I'm very sorry about that. I enjoy what I do for my channel and the people who thank me for being so goofy and stupid and fun. But Well, I don't really have anything to say after that. Normal videos to resume on Thursday, but thank you for listening regardless. I needed to say this.